So it will not be boring. So first a few words to myself. As Alex said already, I'm Annika Druga, I'm living in Bern, and I'm originally an engineer for pharmaceutical biotechnology. So we are growing bacteria which have a different DNA and they make the product for us. So we are working with living organisms, which is quite specific. So I joined the company 6 years ago, and I was part of the first implementation of the mini business concept. And now I'm a business excellence specialist. So, mini business, a driver to turn around a business. So I will give first of all some company's facts that you know what we are doing, to which company we belong, and so on. Afterwards, I will tell something about the past, when we started the implementation of the mini business concept the first time in 2011. And then we had a big turnaround. And afterwards, we have a new kind of mini business concept starting 2014. And at the end, I will also give some outlook what we plan for next year and future. And one information, we don't call mini business in Bern or in Johnson & Johnson. We call it reliability room units. It's a difficult word, therefore I would say RRUs, or even say mini business units, but we needed to adapt to the Johnson & Johnson language. So, some facts and figures about Johnson & Johnson in Switzerland. I will not go through all the numbers, but we have a lot of legal entities, even 13 manufacturing sites. I belong to one of those. We have big exports, and we have also a growing economic impact in Switzerland. In all over Switzerland, we have almost 6,500 employees and a lot of external support as well, which is also sometimes challenging. We support also educational programs with almost 8 million a year. So Johnson & Johnson in Switzerland is having 3 operational divisions. We have the pharmaceutical part, where my company belongs to as well. There are the medical devices. They are mainly doing junctions in an artificial way, or also hips. And we have the consumer healthcare. You know a lot of those products, I guess, like Baby Young Care, or Petit Marseillais in France, or Eucerin. So you might use some of those products as well. But you might not know a lot of this part, and I will talk about this part today. So, who might not know Switzerland? That is the map of Switzerland. And you can see that there are sites all over the country. Our site is a small site with almost 200 employees, and we are located in the capital, in the heart of Switzerland. I would say there might be different opinions around. So now you know where we are. And Johnson & Johnson across the whole world is living according to a credo. It was invented in the early last century, so the 20th century, and it is, I will not read through it, no worries. It's split in 4 chapters. So the first chapter is talking about our responsibility to the customer, the second to the employees and the family of the employees, the third one to our responsibility to the communities, and the last one for sure to our stakeholders. So we have that for sure printed, we have it on the walls, we have it on our desks, we have it everywhere, but that's not all. It's not just a paper which is on the desk or on the wall. We also have annual queries, or annual surveys, and the participation rate of that is quite high. So the people really see that with those participation they can bring things into movement. So also the positive ratings are quite high from the last year. So basically the credo is the glue of our company. It keeps us together, and it's also focusing us on our goals and objectives. So each year, based on the credo survey, we have also goals and objectives related to the credo. For example, that each employee has the opportunity to do 1 full day of social work within the community. just one example giving. So, focusing on Bern, we are a site with quite some history. So actually, at the beginning of the end of the 19th century, we were also involved in the first developments of first vaccines, which have been produced for us, which are the basis for our social community today. Then the next 75 years, portfolio was growing, and we were even producing medicine for animals. And so at that point, it was not possible anymore to produce in a little farmhouse. So we needed to build a new site. And what you see on the second picture is even the site where we are still located. So from the today point of view, we have quite some old buildings. And we have silos as well, so we need to walk a lot around, but more to that later. So portfolio was growing till the next century, because then they realized, we need to decrease the portfolio to make more money. So the site was really focusing on the production of vaccines. And we heard a lot about taking over companies from bigger companies, and it happened to us several times as well. And each time we needed to implement new systems, new way of working, new cultural mindset. Last time in 2001, when Johnson & Johnson took over. So I will not talk a lot about the Ebola vaccine production. So that is something we implemented really newly, and that is also something I will present as a success story later on. So, something about our past. So, when Johnson & Johnson took over in 2011, the focus of the site was really in maintaining and reconstructing the quality standards and integration into the Johnson & Johnson systems. So, the computer systems, the way of working systems. You might not know that the pharma industry is a high regulated industry, and also there we needed to fulfill the Johnson & Johnson standards at some point. Then in 2013 we were focusing on the optimization of our business processes and establishment of continuous improvement processes. Creation of a new company culture, I think. You know that, you heard a lot of that already before. Johnson & Johnson was calling that think different, do better, reliability room. So we adapted the mini business concept and squeezed it into that we put the logo of that on our mini business sheets as well. So, as you know maybe as well, the first thing you need to start with is having the same vision, that the whole site and all different teams have the same vision. And in 2011, we came together and we developed that vision. So we wanted to deliver vaccines to our customers with the highest quality, in time, and the lowest possible cost for sure. So, and in Switzerland, we have the Alps, we love the mountains, and we also knew we need a fancy name, therefore we called it the Summit. And the goal was, everybody was able to understand it very quickly, because I don't know if you ever hiked a mountain, it's exhausting, and if you stand on the bottom of lowest point and you see the summit, you think you will never make it. It's too high, I will go home into my bed straight away. But it was similar when we said, okay, till 2014 we want to have lean manufacturing and we want to have a very good reliable process capability. So the people understood where we want to go. And how did we do it? So you heard a lot about the mini business concept, reliability rooms. And we had it as well, and we started with it as well. And we were focusing, okay, where do we need to start? Level 1, level 3, level 2. And we started where the pain was the biggest. Therefore, we started, and I guess that's not the standard approach, but we started with the level 2 meetings. Because on our side, we have a lot of different buildings. Quality is sitting in the one building, engineering is sitting in another. They all sit in their office, and they also like to send emails and to maybe take the phone, but quality does not need to visit production. No. So we started with our 3 big products, vaccines, hepatitis I vaccine, And as Alex announced already, I was working in that level 2 meeting, and I loved the level 2 meeting because engineering was participating on a daily basis, and we could really focus on the pain points, and we were able to address our issues, and we were also able to solve them at some point. So also the level 3 meeting was implemented quite shortly afterwards, because somewhere all this information needed to go. In a second step, we implemented then level 1 meetings, and we had a hierarchical organization. So for the one product, we had 2 level 1 meetings. For the second product, Inflexal, which was a vaccine against flu, we had 2 level 1 meetings. And for the third product as well, for the fourth as well, but that was started a little later. So, and at some point we had also quality and the laboratories needed to start level 1 teams, as they participate as well in the related level 2 meetings, so they have to measure their performance as well. So we had a successful start, and the focus at that time within our reliability room units was to fulfill our orders, to stay compliant. And as I said already, within pharma, we are highly regulated, so quality compliance is a big topic. We talk about that a lot, and we love to document. We love to create paper. Sometimes we think we don't do vaccines, we just write and create paper. So we needed to stick to our compliance rules. We created a new culture with a focus on environment, health and safety. And what was new for us as well at that point was the process of escalations, and that was also communicated solutions down to the level 1s. So that decisions were taken and also priorities were set. And yeah, the communication and cascadation process for business information was new for us at that point as well. So a lot of nice words. Now I would like to show you some evidence what we delivered in the past. So first of all, and therefore we started as well with the level 2, product-related level 2 meetings, we reduced or decreased our variation. So what you see here is a KPI from 2012, and you can really nicely see, where's the pointer? Fancy. So at the beginning of the year, the variation was high, and we sometimes had a yield of almost 50%, but the target was 90, so we were far away from that. Next month went quite good, but you see the variation, it was not stable at all. But at the end of 2012, we had quite a stable process. How did we do it? With the level 2 meeting. We focused on our yields also in the level 2 meeting, and we tried to solve our problems already there. Next thing where we are quite proud of is also a KPI from 2012. After we reduced the variation in our processes, we were also able to improve our processes. This is an example for the quality release of raw materials. So for our product, each raw material needs to be tested and needs to be released by the quality department before we can use it for our production. But quality, you know, they always had their own priorities, and before they were joining the level 2 meeting, that one was not their first priority. But when they were joining the level 2 meeting and production was also putting some pressure on them, okay, we need that material released, it must be released before we can use it, and we need to fulfill our production orders, you see, we improved steadily and steadily. And already before the 4th quarter of the year, we reached the target. So KPI was green, yay. And the third and the biggest success from that point, after we decreased the variation and improved our processes, we were at the end able to deliver to our customer, which all of you know is the most important thing. So, and we were really bad at the beginning of 2012. So the journey started in 2011, and in 2012 we were really able to show significant improvement. Yeah, I think I don't have to explain it, really bad, and at the end of the year we overachieved our target almost. Yes, and we did coaching reviews as well, also at that time. Yeah, so the big achievements between 2012 and 2013. So all KPIs turned from red to green. Also, we learned from Alex at that point, red is not evil, red is not bad, it's good. You need to have also red KPIs. We were quite proud of that. And yeah, you saw that before, that was the greatest achievement, that we increased our on-time delivery almost by 50%. Yeah, in the pharmaceutical world, cost saving is something new for us, more or less. So it was also implemented there completely newly in our site. And actually it belongs also to that part, because it was also a change of culture, having this focus on costs. Additionally, we implemented the environment, health and safety near-miss reporting. We don't have it in place before. Afterwards, the employees were really engaged to make their surrounding and their workplaces better and more safe. And we heard a lot about the improvement idea process already, so we implemented it as well. And we were also tracking not just the ideas, but also the implementation rate. And that was quite a success. Also, the KPIs you presented make me a bit jealous, but at that point, we were really proud of that. And yeah, you know already after the presentations before me, we had coaching reviews as well. And what is the most important thing about those coaching reviews is that the team constantly improve. And you see here an average of the different value streams, and you see that they are constantly improving. And that was really the target, and we fulfilled, we delivered. So that was the past of our company, the achievements, we were very proud of it, and then Johnson & Johnson decided, okay, we want to terminate your commercial products. So a lot of people lost their jobs. It was quite a tough time for our site, because those products were partially even invented in Bern, and the people really had their hearts on it. But also, because of the achievements from the years before, we were able to divest one of our products to Paxvax, also with the employees and with the production facilities. And just because we were able to show that this product is worth it. The other products, unfortunately, were terminated, and also the projects which were ongoing at that time have been stopped by J&J. So you can imagine the employees at our site, the mood was really down. Nobody wanted to participate in mini business units. Nobody even wanted to do anything anymore. And that was a tough time for us at that time. And it was even worse, because then we needed to change our whole way of working. So we had value streams, as you heard before as well, the concept of value streams, a line organization in a vertical way, with the commercial products, and then, okay, now you need to deliver projects. And delivering projects is really different. As I was part of the value stream as well, yeah, we had no clue how to do it. So Johnson & Johnson gave us a tool. Johnson & Johnson has their own project methodology. It's called FPX, Flawless Project Execution. And it's mainly, yeah, it's a tool to run projects. So you have the initiation phase, you have the team structure and governance, team alignment, then you have to execute your plan, best practice for sure, and at the end you need to deliver your final project objectives in time and in budget. That's the challenge. So a new way of working. So from the mini business concept we knew, so we need a new vision, we need to think, we need to orient, we still orient in a new way. We still had people from the old commercial production, we still had some developers, but everyone was quite, how to say that, the people were not very engaged to deliver, let's say it like this. So we implemented a new vision, and it's a long one, I will read it through. we distinguish ourselves as a leading competency center for the compliant, reliable and lean development and production of vaccines and other bacterial-based pharmaceuticals by, and now we have the handy phrase which is also visualized in our level 1 units, marrying innovation with operational excellence. And I personally think that this is fitting very well to us because we still have a lot of competence from the past to have commercial productions, to focus on time, and we also started to focus on costs. And we had some innovating people from the developmental part. So we needed now to merge them, the two groups, to deliver and also to show Johnson & Johnson that our site is worth it. So, and now I will let the video play, which
Wait.
So a video is telling a little bit better what we are doing now than I could ever do it. So I need a break.
At Janssen, we collaborate with the world for the health of everyone in it. Time is precious. It's 5 minutes to midnight. The patients are waiting. At Janssen Vaccines AG, we distinguish ourselves as a leading competence center for the compliant, reliable and lean development and production of vaccines, as well as bacteria-based therapeutics. We are marrying innovation with operational excellence. In the face of unprecedented and sudden public health demands that require immediate access to tailored vaccines, like the 2014 Ebola epidemic, the Janssen teams have been able to respond rapidly. The Bern site committed to fighting the Ebola epidemic by accelerating the development of a new vaccine candidate developed by Janssen R&D colleagues in the Netherlands. The International Society for Pharmaceutical Engineering recognized our accomplishment to fast-track refurbishment for Ebola vaccine production by honoring us with the 2016 Facility of the Year Award for Best Project Execution. Receiving an early-stage drug, our job is to develop and scale up the manufacturing process to a reliable commercial size and to ensure the product is safe and effective. We obtain critical process knowledge from continuously characterizing the process and product parameters with advanced analytical methods throughout all stages. These analytical methods are consequently optimized and validated and later transferred to quality control. Process development and production are operated in line with biosafety and good manufacturing practice regulations. The PER-C6 platform was engineered by Janssen and is continuously improved by innovative process steps like PAX, which is an in-house developed, ready-to-use and disposable cell separation device. This highly sophisticated cell-based production process has been implemented into the new facility and opens opportunities to fight a great number of infections like Ebola. Based on innovative bioconjugate technology in the struggle against pathogens resistant to antibiotics, we are taking a first-on-the-market vaccine through process development and scale-up until launch. We are proud to work on one of the first Janssen microbiome projects in close cooperation with our US colleagues. "17 live Clostridium bacteria are combined into an orally administered live biotherapeutic to cure inflammatory bowel disorder. state-of-the-art fill and finish line adds a great deal of flexibility. It complements our manufacturing capabilities and enables us to handle and deliver drug products in vials up to biosafety level 2. The product is stored in a modern freezer facility, built to store high volumes of drug substances and products safely. From here, the products are shipped worldwide to our customers. In our quality control labs, highly skilled experts run a wide range of chemical, biochemical, and microbiological analytical methods. They verify the appropriate quality of the raw materials, intermediates, and final products. More than 200 employees from over 20 countries team up, propelling R&D and innovation programs through operational excellence.
We are a great team. Together, we are strong.
We contribute to the prevention of infectious diseases.
We fight for longer and healthier lives.
So unfortunately, my colleagues were not able to come, but they sent their greetings via the video. And nobody fall asleep, I checked on that. Yeah, that's what we're doing now. That's our new way of working. And how is the mini business now in that way of working? So we still have level 1, level 2, level 3 structure, and we needed to restart again after we set the vision. We started this time a bit differently. We did not start with the level 2 meetings. This time we thought, okay, it's maybe more easy to start with the level 1 teams, as they already were used to run it and to do it from the past. And this time we decided, okay, we will not just start within a value stream and line organizational concept, as it was not existing anymore. So we went through all departments. So all departments needed to implement a level 1 team. And that is still the number 21, mini business reliability room level 1 meetings, which we have on site. And afterwards, or already almost at the same time, we implemented as well, or re-implemented, restarted the level 3 meeting. So, and then we had the challenge, the level 2 meetings in a project organization. And it looks not very standardized yet, but this is really fulfilling our needs currently. So we have project-related level 2 meetings. And you see as well that we also have project meetings here in the middle. And why that? I will explain a little later how the communication process between level 2 and level 1 is now working, how we visualize and how we measure our performance nowadays. So, our level 3 room. So, we have still the familiar agenda, you know. We focus first of all on EHS, so the near-miss reporting. Then we have quality, and as I said already, a big part in our company, highly regulated, a lot of paper. For sure, speed and cost, and we also focus on the people part. I will not go into the details here, but we also deliver coaching reviews. Each team till now is constantly improving. We have problem solvers. Each unit has 2 problem solvers trained. They implement, they use problem solving, visualize it, and you can see here the performance of the reliability room units. Unfortunately, our service level agreement slide is deeply red, but we learned not to be afraid of red. Red is good. Red shows us that we still have room for improvement. So that is the standard part of our level 3 meeting. Now we have projects, so we needed to implement an additional part. So in our level 3 meeting, that's the one hand side, what you see here, and we have another side, so which is on the opposite and focusing on our projects. And we have 4 different kind of projects. The new product introductions, projects related to operational excellence, that could be also from bigger improvement ideas. Then infrastructure projects, so related to our buildings and our site, and people projects. And you see all these 4 ups in the traffic light coded frames, and they look like that. This is just one example of our NPIs. And during the level 3 meeting, we focus for sure on the final project objectives, if they are on track, if there are issues and risks, and how the level 3 meeting can take actions to mitigate that and support the project teams as well. The level 3 meeting is taking place on a weekly basis currently, but I'm eager to increase the frequency of that. So how does our level 2 meeting look like now? So I showed it already, and you might be familiar with that as well. We have project core teams led by a project leader. They are the core team members. On those core team members, they give a list of key deliverables to the functional manager, which they then need to deliver and to perform. So we said, how do we fit that with the mini business concept, and how can we measure it? Because we wanted to measure it on a frequent basis, and generally those key deliverables are high-level activities which can be fulfilled maybe in 1 month or even in a longer time frame. So that is not really proactive, so we needed action plans. How did we do that? So what you see here is one example of a level 1 team, and this is, for example, XPEC, one of our new product introduction projects. And there's a bunch of lists of different key deliverables. And this level 1 team is even serving the needs of different projects. So it's not the vertical line anymore. The level 1 teams have to deliver to different level 2 meetings. So what we implemented is what we call Kanban board. So each employee here has to bring post-its with a color code, which is fitting to the key deliverable list above. Maybe this makes it a bit better. No. So they bring their activities, and those activities are to be finalized within 1 week. So they daily track it. Is my activity, if it is ongoing, is it still on track? When it's done, they put it in the done area. If it is late or at risk, they put it in the late or at risk area, that also the coach, which is walking by, can see at a glance if something is at risk. And it was challenging in the beginning that the employees needed to bring their activities and sliced in a digestible way so that they can deliver it within 1 week. And our coaches were also helping and supporting, and we have still some way to go, but we are on quite a good way there. And what you see here as well, we also try to measure our performance on a weekly basis. So we have a look on Friday. Did we achieve all our defined activities? So we can put a green bar, and if we don't, we put a red bar, and then we need to improve for the next week. Maybe we need to define our actions in a different way, or maybe something needs to be escalated because something is not working. And so we can see also on a long hand how our projects are performing. So here are some pictures about the different teams. As I already said, we have now 25 teams on site. We performed in the last year 101 coaching review, always with Alex. We always have a tough schedule when she's coming. Each team has 2 trained problem solvers, trained on methodologies like 5Y and Fishbone. We have almost 700 improvement ideas. Implementation rate of 50%. I'm quite jealous what you presented, as I said already, but new target, new goal. Until today, we performed in the last 2 years 2 multi-level meetings, 1 more to come next week. I'm really looking forward to that. And talking about the multi-level meetings, our teams also get great vouchers, and we also focusing on the best implementation improvement, on the best improvement on a KPI rate, and on the best business progress. So we have different categories where they can win a prize, team dinner, and also a big trophy. And it's really a really nice event, because when you visit the multi-level meeting afterwards, you know exactly what's going on the site. You have the full picture, what's going on, what team is doing what, and which team is struggling with which issues. So it's, I love it. So, I would like to give one example now for one of our projects, how we realize the mini-business/reliability room concept in our new organization. So, and I would like to focus on just one part of it, so where we implemented already the project-related level 2 structure, and you saw it already in the video. It is about our value stream Ebola. It's not really a value stream, but the project where we were able to deliver a vaccine against Ebola in 2014. So, and this team, especially this level 2 team, and if I talk about the level 2 team, I always mean as well the related level 1 team. And it is not just this one, also the other teams were delivering to that project. So, and with that, delivering that project, we won the Facility of the Year award, and it is really a specific thing in the pharmaceutical world. You can compare it with the Oscar in the film world. It is really, it was a great success for our site, and it was also, I even cannot remember how we did it, so that we were able to deliver in time a facility which was completely refurbished and ready to produce Ebola vaccine, and also for a capacity up to 5 million doses annually. How did we do it? For sure with the mini-business concept. So we were focusing on safety, so we did a lot of Gemba walks, also focusing on safety. There were more than 20,000 hours worked on that project, and just by daily follow-up, by daily measuring, by also reporting opportunities for near misses and focusing on safety, we were able to have, we had no incident, and that was really great for us. We delivered the whole project within time, within budget, so we achieved our goals. For sure the purpose was really giving us a big drive, because there was urgent need to deliver this vaccine, and the whole team was engaged quite quickly, and we even created a new spirit. They did overtime, and when we had the commercial production, we had a really restricted time of working. They were not used to do a lot of over hours, and then we really worked as a team, and with the purpose, we did the over hours, we achieved, and we delivered. So it was really a success delivered by the team. For sure that team won the prize for the best team during our multi-level meeting, and you can see it in their faces, how proud they are to get the big trophy. It was really also during the presentation in the multi-level meeting very nice to see how that team and what that team delivered. Yeah, but it is a journey, an ongoing journey, so continuous improvement does not end. And as you see here, it looks not very standardized yet. Therefore, the goal for our future is that we really integrate all our projects into level 2 meetings. And as already reflected in our level 3 meeting, we would like to focus on new product introductions, infrastructure projects, projects related to the implementation of new systems. Johnson & Johnson, a big company, always implementing new systems, which we need to implement as well. And also some product lines like the fill and finish you saw in the video. It's not really a project, but we are always able to also fill and finish our products in a GMP compliant way. So, just before lunch you can enjoy the beautiful Alps of Switzerland. Also, or maybe address some questions.
Thank you, Annika.